Hello, everybody. Excuse me. Of course, as soon as I go to talk, I get a nice frog in my throat. Hello, everyone, and welcome. You know what? Let me, can we get to a better screen? There we go. That's a little better. I was going to say, the screen was a little annoying. It didn't look too good because there's too much white on the screen right there. Welcome. Welcome. To the return of streaming after a day away. On Monday of this week, I did not live stream. But now I am live streaming. Of course, I am Darkside Phil. Today is Tuesday, November 17th, 2015, and today is the release day and premiere of Star Wars Battlefront. Now, of course, everyone on the internet is covering this game, and I fully understand that. But I have some history with Battlefront. I played the first two games. Both of them I played on PC, actually. I never played them on console before. I played them on PC, and I loved them. Thought they were amazingly cool games. Awesome to have third-person, over-the-shoulder combat mixed in with the Star Wars universe. I liked the various modes and stuff that were available. I liked that you could play as either the heroes or the villains, dependent on random spawns. And I thought the games were a lot of fun. Okay. Now, it's been a long time since a Battlefront game has been out. I believe the last one, it was like maybe 8 years ago, something like that. I could be wrong there. Because I know the original one came out around 2004, and I think the sequel, Battlefront 2, came out a couple years after that. So it's been quite a while, and there's a lot of controversy around Battlefront, because it was being developed, and then LucasArts closed down when Disney bought out all of the Star Wars franchise rights. And, you know, it is what it is, that this game was kind of, I'll be honest, it was kind of in development hell for a little bit. No one even knew if this was going to exist. If the game would ever be released, right? We didn't know. No one really knew what was going to happen. And then finally, the game got released. And, well, not the game got released. The game got announced, is what I meant to say, that it would still be in development. And, you know, long story short, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this game. The game has no single-player mode. There's no campaign. Not to say that you can't play it in single player because there is a survival mode, but that's all it is. It's a survival mode. There's no story per se to be had if you're going to try to play the game by yourself. And so right there's lots of controversy because in this day and age, a game that only has multiplayer. Just look at the games that have come out in the past several years that just have multiplayer. One just this year was Evolve. Last year we had Titanfall, right? These were games that were heavily marketed, heavily pushed down our throats as they were going to break the mold. They were going to be much different than other multiplayer games. They were going to do all these original things and make it a unique, awesome experience. So don't worry, you'll spend your hard-earned money on this game, and even though it's only multiplayer, it's going to be great. They came out, and 99% of people agree that the games weren't very good. That, yeah, it's fun for a few hours, and then you get bored because it's the same fucking thing over and over and over. And without a single-player campaign, it's hard to tie a product like that together. And, you know, it has to be said, you look at games like Call of Duty, right? Call of Duty comes out every single year. Every year there's a new one. There's 3 different game development studios that make this series. And, yes, 99% of the gameplay of Call of Duty is people playing the multiplayer. Let's face it, that's what most people buy it for. But take a look at what really comes out. You get a single-player campaign every single year. Even when it sucks, it still exists, right? You get multiplayer in tons of different modes, right? It's not just one mode that everyone plays. It's a ridiculous amount of modes and stuff in the game. And then you usually get some bonus content. You know, this year in Black Ops 3, we had all the zombie content. Last year, there was kind of a faux zombies-like kind of survival mode content. Even though it wasn't zombies, it was more like, what was it that originally, Horde mode. That's what it was like, Horde mode. And then 2 years ago, we had the fake zombie mode, which was actually aliens, an alien invasion during Call of Duty Ghosts. So when you look at that, you realize even though those games are out every single year, they give you kind of an abundance of content. Compare that again with games like Evolve or Titanfall, where once you've played them for a couple hours, you've seen everything the game has to offer. And then those game developers had the audacity to charge money for DLC to get more content for their games. So now, of course, fast forward to today. And there's a lot of controversy surrounding Star Wars Battlefront because that seems to be the issue here. There's no campaign. The game is multiplayer only. And it's made by, EA. Yeah, that's right, Electronic Arts, who is infamous for trying to nickel and dime the customer. So the question that we're going to be facing this week as I play Star Wars Battlefront, and as you guys are watching along with me as I play it, is does this game, number one, is it fun? And I played the beta, and from playing the beta, I can tell you, I only played like 2 different maps on the beta. I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun, run and gun, jumping right in, learning how to play within a few matches, and I had a ton of fun playing it, and I think the game will be a ton of fun in that regard. But the question here is, how long will the game remain fun? There was only 2 game modes available in the beta. How many game modes will be available in this final retail version of the game? Right? How much interest will it hold? Will it be one of those games you play it for a day and you're like, wow, that was fun, and you go to play it another day and you're like, it's the same fucking thing. You know what I mean? And then the next thing you know, oh, well, yeah, that's great, and now you're getting bored. Well, DLC's coming out in a month, and, we'll double the amount of maps and more game modes and more heroes and villains to play as. Give us more money. To which I say, boo! You can't see what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my thumb to my nose, and I'm wiggling my fingers in a taunting manner, and I'm saying, boo! Because I don't believe in DLC as a way to create replayability for a game that, doesn't have enough content at launch. I don't, and I've never supported that, all right? So, in this regard, I'm going to be a very honest reviewer. I'm going to be a very honest person. You know me. I certainly don't pull any punches, and I don't sugarcoat anything. For those of you who've watched my stuff over the years, you know that I'm one of the most honest gamers out there. I don't have any kind of affiliation or creed to anyone. And so I'm going to be honest when I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront. Now, let us talk turkey here, because there's been a last-minute development this morning that I certainly was not planning on. And I want to make this clear up front, all right? Today, on launch day, November 17th, we're playing Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox One. And a lot of people are probably like, why the hell is Phil doing that? He had said all along that he was going to get this on PlayStation 4. In fact, he played the beta on PlayStation 4. So why is he playing Star Wars Battlefront on Xbox One? And you know what? You have an incredibly valid point. You have the right to ask that kind of question, because you're 100% correct. I had every intention of getting Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 4. However, out of the blue, this morning, I received a promotional copy of the game from Machinima. They actually sent me a digital code. I very rarely get a physical copy if Machinima gets me a game. They send me a digital code usually. And so they sent me a code, and it was for the Xbox One. And I said, well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'll use the code, and we'll play it today on the Xbox One, and we'll see what I think of the game. Okay? Now, fair enough, I announced this on Twitter this morning, and already there was a bunch of people who were kind of disappointed because I had said up front that I was going to get this on PlayStation 4. And there were a few people who were looking forward to maybe doing some co-op with me in the survival mode. And keep in mind, next week, for the second half of next week, I'm doing a special fan appreciation event. I've talked about this a little bit recently. I want to keep talking about it so people are aware that I am doing this special fan appreciation event starting Wednesday, November 25th. Every day I'm going to be doing gameplay sessions with viewers and fans who want to play multiplayer with me. In various different games, and Star Wars Battlefront is going to be one of those games. Okay? So, Star Wars Battlefront, Halo 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, WWE 2K16, if we can get it to work, and I do say if because I tried doing it before, and it's been hit or miss. Sometimes it works, and sometimes it actually doesn't, so that kind of sucks. And Metal Gear Solid Online. Those are the games that I'm looking to play as a multiplayer deal with people next week. And that'll be a special Thanksgiving week celebration. It'll be like 4 or 5 days where I'll be doing that. Plus, on Thanksgiving Day, which is Thursday, November 26th, I'm going to be doing a special episode of Ask the King. It's the first one I've done in over 2 months. I'll be answering tons of questions from people. And probably it's going to be the last one this year, because then, next month I'm going to get caught up with all the year-end series and stuff. And I'll be working on that, so I probably won't have a chance to do an Ask the King. So that episode will be a special one for the Thanksgiving celebration, okay? So just making this clear and up front, that's what the deal. That's why I'm playing this on Xbox One. Now, like I said, some people seem disappointed because I had said up front that I was going to play this on PlayStation 4, okay? So, let's put it this way. If I play this today and, I'm liking it, and there is demand, and of course what I'm going to want to do is get from you, the viewers. Is there demand? Would you like to play this with me next week? Multiplayer, or, people willing to do the co-op, survival mode, but you want to do it on PlayStation 4 instead of Xbox One. If I could get enough demand, if people say, yes, please get it, I'm still willing to go and pick up my copy on PlayStation 4, because I have it reserved at GameStop. It's reserved, ready to be picked up. And, I'm willing to do that. That's okay. I understand that I already had promised everyone that that's what I was going to do. And I don't want to go back on my promise and say, oh, well, because I got it for free, I'm playing it on this. No, that's not fair. So if there's enough, demand, yeah, I'll absolutely get the PlayStation 4 version as well. And I'm willing to do that. So let me know, whether it be in comments of videos, whether it be on Twitter, feedback in the stream chat today. Because, yes, I will be streaming this all day. I'm going to be doing 2 different streams of this game today. Both my first and second stream will be Star Wars Battlefront, and I'm hoping, between those 2 streams, I'll cover all the game modes, hopefully. So we'll get a good taste of what the entire game is by the end of today. And then for the rest of this week, I'm going to balance Fallout 4, which will resume tomorrow, by the way. I know there's people, oh my god, Fallout 4, there's no Fallout 4 today, I can't believe it. It'll resume tomorrow, don't worry. I had a 5-hour marathon yesterday, so people have a lot of watching to do before they even get caught up. All right. And I will be, resuming that tomorrow and balancing Fallout 4 with some more Battlefront gameplay pretty much for the rest of this week until I get bored of the game. And then when I get bored of it, within, probably going to be a few days, I would think, then I'm going to be doing the final episode of Game of Thrones. The episodic Telltale game concludes this week. It actually released on Steam today, and that's what I've been playing it on PC. So I will do that eventually this week. I'm not making a promise of when yet because, I want to see what happens with this and with Fallout 4, okay? So that's pretty much it. Star Wars Battlefront right now on stream. Star Wars Battlefront tonight on my second stream. I hope you'll tune in to both if you can. If not, of course, I am recording. And I will upload all this to DSPGaming today so that you can get a good launch day view of what the game has to offer you, okay? And then tomorrow we resume with Fallout 4, all right, everybody? Very good. And I do want to say thank you for the great viewership on Fallout 4 again. I'm going to keep saying this because I'm pretty pleased with the fact that people are enjoying the Fallout 4 playthrough. They are, even though I'm some 80 parts into the playthrough now, I think. Actually, I think I'm in the 70s now. That people are watching, And people are watching at their own pace, but they're watching, and they're continuing, and they want to see what I do in this game. A lot of people have said that they saw me do stuff that they didn't do in their playthrough, so now they're going to go back and do it, which is pretty cool. And hopefully, people are enjoying it. It's going to be an ongoing playthrough for a while. Okay, so thank you for that. Now, it is time for the gratuitous plugs. So please be patient, everyone, because I actually have a little bit of an update. The first gratuitous plug is in regards to Leanna's business, which is called... excuse me. Got a burp stuck in my chest here, and I don't want to start saying the name of her business, and then I belch. Excuse me. There we go. Got it out. It is called The Black Currant. It is handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts. She's been in business since February of this year. She's had over 100 orders, which is awesome, and nothing but positive feedback. Seriously, everyone who's gotten her stuff loves it. And she does custom orders. She actually just did a custom order for someone who wanted to order several soap samplers, little mini soaps, to give out to his family members for Christmas as Christmas presents. And she'll do stuff like that. Or you could just order straight from her online shop. You can find her shop at etsy.com, which is etsy.com, /shop/The Black Currant, spelled Currant. If you check out her shop and you order something, use the code CELEBRATE100. It is an exclusive discount code that we're giving out to people for the end of the year. You can save 10% on any order of $20 or more. And chances are when you go on there, you're like, man, there's a lot of good stuff on here. You know, buy stuff for family members, for your friends, for your significant other, for yourself. I, myself, have used her soaps for the past 2 years, and I refuse to use anything else. I seriously do, because when I used to use the soap that, you buy in the store, you always feel like you either feel two things. You feel dried out, or you feel slimy, like there's a soap residue on your body when you get out of the shower, right? The soap that she uses is real soap. It's not detergent, which is what 99% of the ones that you buy in the store are. And it makes your body feel healthy. It's clean, smells great. Right now I'm using one that's a Moroccan mint scent, and it's shaped like a Tetris block, which is pretty cool. And that's true, by the way. I'm not making that up. That's actually the truth. That's what I'm using in my shower right now. And I love it. So check it out. And, hopefully, you'll give it a look. And a lot of people say, gee, I wonder why Phil plugs this kind of stuff. Gamers aren't really the target audience. You'd be surprised. I'd probably say her orders this year have been about a 50-50 split, where 50% were people who just kind of go to a website like Etsy, which is all about handcrafted products, and just, this looks good, I'll try it out. And 50% were viewers of ours, whether it was the stuff on her channel or the stuff on, from DSPGaming. It really was, and people tried it and they love it. You'd be surprised, okay? All right. And then, of course, the second gratuitous plug, and then we'll get started, I promise, is for my Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil. I want to say thank you to the people who pledged in the month of October, who made it possible that at the end of this month, right now we're on schedule for November 30th, is going to be a rockathon. I'm going to be playing Rock Band 4 in a marathon-style setting, around 6 to 7 hours of gameplay of me playing through all the songs and everything in Rock Band 4, starting with just the guitar, then I'll probably go to vocals, and but then I'll probably be doing both, and there's going to be a face cam and everything. It's going to be a fun event. I'm excited because I've never done a music game before, ever, for YouTube. I'm doing it in this kind of a setting, a stream marathon setting, so that way I can avoid copyright issues. And I certainly hope that you'll tune in for it, but that's a direct result of Patreon, of us hitting a goal for the month of October, which is awesome, right? So the month of November, FYI, first of all, everyone in October, I've already messaged everyone, and I've gotten everyone their perks. So if you were waiting to get your forum account upgraded or anything like that, it's all done, okay? All the perks have been divvied out for the month of October. So now it's the second half of November. It's time to start, talking about November. And we've got 2 weeks left to pledge to my Patreon. If we hit the goal of $1,250, which right now we have not hit it yet. If you take a look, I think we're about $120 away or something like that. If we hit the goal, I'm going to be doing another marathon for 3 games that people have asked me all this year if I would be playing. One is Banjo Kazooie, which if you can look at the screen right now, you can see Rare Replay Collection. It's actually in Rare Replay Collection. Number 2 is Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yes, the HD remake that now is the original game with all the adult content not taken out of it, okay? And number 3 is Crash Bandicoot 3. So those are 3 games that people asked me to play this year, and I didn't have a chance to do it. So if we hit the goal for this month for November, for the end of the year, a special event at the very end of December, I'll be doing a marathon day of one of those games, and it's actually going to be the patrons, people who pledge $5 or more during this month of November, who are going to be able to vote on which of the 3 games I'll be playing at the end of December. So not only will pledging this month make this marathon happen, but you also will get the exclusive ability to vote on and pick the game that I'm going to be playing as the reward. So there you have it. That could be a pretty cool one, all right? So definitely, please, if you've considered it, please pledge. As you know, unfortunately, these past 2 months have been pretty rough for me. I've lost thousands of dollars in business revenue that normally I would have made, because of copyright bullshit. False copyright strikes placed against me that hurt my business. It's a bunch of bullshit, and it sucks that I am, victim to it. But there's not much that I could do about it. There's really no way to take precautions, So, it is what it is. I hope that in the future I won't be affected by this stuff anymore. But the reality is I was. And right now I'm hurting. I'll be honest with everyone. I'm hurting. Like, normally this is my busiest time of the year, and it's actually been my slowest time of the year because I'm not getting any viewership from YouTube search or from related videos. I've been removed from those. And now, as of today, I'm actually getting word. I actually have no idea, but I'm getting word that apparently my live streams now aren't even showing up. Like, if you look for my live stream on my channel, or if you look for it in the YouTube gaming results, I'm being told that I'm not even showing up there. Now, that's a new one. I don't know if YouTube updated this week or what, but I don't know if that it's even true, because, I'm just streaming. I don't know what's going on, right? But I don't know what's happening. I don't know. If it's true, it sucks, But it is what it is, I guess. But listen, patron support is key at this point. Because in these months when I'm getting screwed over, until I can get my business back on its feet, which basically means I just got to plug away, keep working, get my channel to get these views again so that I can get back into the YouTube search rankings and get back there and get that natural organic viewership coming in again on a monthly basis, which could take several months. The Patreon support is helping a lot. And I said this before and I'll say it again. It's not about people giving gigantic donations and gigantic pledges. That's not how Patreon works at all. In fact, the most successful people who use Patreon, it's a ton of people giving a tiny little bit, $1. For $1, you get a text thank you, which I just did in the weekend preview this past week. A text thank you for your pledge. For $5, you get the premium forum access and you get to vote. For example, you get to vote on what's going to be this next marathon coming up if we hit the goal. Okay? So please consider it. Patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Especially right now, your support is much appreciated and needed. Coming into the end of this year when, I got tax bills doing everything. And the fact that I've got several $1,000s that were taken from me by a bunch of fucking shitheads. It sucks, but it's reality and I got to deal with it, right? And so, you wonder, gee, why is Phil plugging it? That's why. It is what it is. And, hopefully we'll keep on going here. I'll be able to keep doing this full time. That's the whole point here, right? Is that I can keep doing this full time and we can enjoy this on a daily basis. So, all right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching the pre-stream. Let us now begin. Let us begin with the gameplay of Star Wars Battlefront. My very first gameplay of the retail version of the game. Again, FYI, for those who just joined the stream, yes, I am playing this on Xbox One today because I got this copy of the game for free from Machinima, but I'm probably going to end up getting it maybe even as early as tomorrow for the PlayStation 4 because a lot of people a lot of people have said, man, I really wanted to play this with Phil, on PlayStation 4 because that's the version he said he was getting, so we all got it for that, and now he doesn't have it, so I'm probably going to end up getting it anyway, okay? All right, everyone, that is it. Let's end the pre-stream, and let us begin.